Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and I would like to thank everyone for 14,000 subscribers. And like with every milestone review I've done on the channel, we always do it with a special car. And speaking of, what we have here today is a very special car indeed. This is the 2025 Xiaomi SU7. So how on earth does Xiaomi end up from making this or this to an electric vehicle? Yes, this car is made by Chinese consumers electronic company Xiaomi, as the products I've showed you earlier. And then out of nowhere, some late last year, they made an electric vehicle. And this is not just to take on some other Chinese vehicles. Lately, Xiaomi have benchmarked this against the Porsche Taycan and the Tesla Model S. They've nailed it. This is a very cool looking vehicle and a very long vehicle too. As you can see on the side profile, this is as long as a Toyota Hiace. And up at front here, for me personally, this looks exactly like a McLaren 720S, especially with this Xiaomi LED matrix headlights. You have a ground clearance of I think 140 millimeters, which is pretty decent for a very long sedan. And what's behind this Xiaomi SU7? So what we have here is nothing. Kidding aside, like all electric vehicles, since most of the batteries and electric motors are stored underneath. So we have a front boot here of 105 liters. I think I can literally lie down, but of course with respect with the owner, I won't play around that much. You have here for putting your washer fluid, and that's literally all you can do. And this is what's cool with Xiaomi here. So you can see a plaque here. You can actually see the specs of this vehicle. So this particular one is a base model. So you have 295 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. So being the base model, this has a somewhat small battery of only 73.6 kilowatt hours, which is still pretty decent for a base model. And you have a total range of 700 kilometers. Yeah, that's a lot. So imagine what the more powerful or high brands will fare out. So hopefully we can try those in the future. And how to close this front boot, it's like a supercar. You don't slam it or anything, you just do that. But it's really hot. I always mess this up with special cars. Peace. There we go. Now back here at the side profile, this SU7 overall is a very long and wide vehicle, and again kind of like mimicking their competitor, the Porsche Taycan, but there's more to that too. You get door mounted side mirrors with cameras underneath, and more cameras here too on the fender, and for once you get functioning vents here. So Xiaomi did a lot to design this vehicle in mind, and more stuff here, more cameras too, like on the pillar, similar to Tesla's. And once you open the doors, there are frameless as well, which is very cool. And you get a very nice bulbous rear quarter panel, kind of mimics that of fastback vehicles. And being the base model, these are running on 245, 45, and 19 series tires, but 19 inches is still pretty decent. And here at the rear overall, again, very cool looking, and you have a full functioning LED light bar, SU7 badge here on the right side. So there's literally no way you can tell that this is the middle or top of the line variant, unless you only open the front boot itself to see the plaque. And open this boot up, it's somewhat large too. I'm very impressed with this. So you have a total space here of 517 liters. Literally, you can fit golf clubs as such. And on the right side, you have a net storage along too with a 12-volt socket. And as for the charging port itself, so just click this and it will electronically open. So you have one slow charger and one DC fast charging port. So these are all the charging times here on screen. Now this is the interior of this Xiaomi SU7. Wow, this is literally amazing for a Chinese consumer electronics company. Now how to get in the vehicle itself. So I was looking for a physical key first time I approached this, but this is actually your key. So it's an NFC card. So how to enter? There's a little sensor on the B pillar itself, and here on the door card. That's really cool. It's a two-tone scheme, black and red, and kind of like an Alcantara-ish feeling here. Materials, and you have ambient lighting all around this vehicle. So of course it's left in red for obvious reasons. And how to open the door? Kind of like a Corvette and like some other high-end electric vehicles too. And just in case these buttons fail, there's a manual release here on the cubby holes themselves. Steering wheel, this feels very German, not to my surprise, and especially here with the driving modes and for your parking assist functions. So here for your driving modes, wait, so we have to start the vehicle first. Watch this. So you have a rotating cluster. That is very, very McLaren. I like that. And these are your driving modes. So we have here custom 1 or M1, like BMW, and M2, comfort, and then finally sport mode, which we will get to try later on. And I love the sound. Doesn't sound like phone-like, but feels very Gran Turismo. I literally having goosebumps right now just hearing the system itself, which is very cool. And this is your gear shifter. It's again like with Mercedes vehicles. Okay, so if I keep mentioning other brands, because there's a lot of cues with brands, but what's original though, here you have a 16.1-inch infotainment system with, of course, naturally Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And unlike some other electric vehicles in general, look at this. You have physical toggle switches for the climate control and other functions too. This is what's missing in current cars nowadays, because some are buried here in the infotainment system. Yes, some of the features like for your driving assist functions are here, but at least some of the most used functions are just here, like toggle switches, and they feel really nice too. You get one wireless charging pad with a max capacity of 50 watts and just an extra one here on the right side. Center console, this feels lovely. You get 2 cup holders with grips on them, start stop button, air conditioning, temperature controls, and for your fan speed too. Also, there's 3 functions naturally here on the touchscreen itself, and then 2 more over here with the toggle switches, and then further here on the center console. That's actually a nice variety, so you're not too distracted while driving. In case you miss this, you just do this. Yeah, nice thought here by Xiaomi. And back here with the infotainment system, so you have a all-round 360-degree view camera with a very good resolution. And of course, once you move forward, and look at that, it's detecting cars here too. So put you back in park, and then we go to the home page itself. Look how responsive the infotainment system is. This is one of the best ones I've tried out so far. And what I remember only, this has a 3K resolution powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon, hence powering some of our phones. Well, most of our phones nowadays, rather. Yeah, everything here is really good. And there's a lot of stuff. You have mirror casting too in case your Apple or Android devices don't work. And a lot more features with this Xiaomi SU7. And with this infotainment system too, you have a Xiaomi HyperOS software. So that means if you want to connect devices like this or this, they can literally connect to one another. Sana all. And here you have a glove box. Oh, that goes all the way in. This is one of the longest glove boxes I've seen so far. And the seats here too feel really special. Again, similar like that of your vehicles. And you have a lot of bolstering, surprisingly. Very massive A-pillar, but it's not in the way too much. And I like the view too of the side mirrors. It's kind of like a floating effect, kind of like that of Paganis, in my opinion only. And two, you have a panoramic moonroof. And I've seen a lot of comments coming from the Tesla review. Is it hot here in the cabin? Yes, there is sun coming in here to the cabin, but I don't feel it that much since the air conditioning of this is really strong. And further down the console, you have a 12-volt socket, and with the largest compartment I've ever seen in any sedan. Oh, there's even one more here in the back. That's crazy. Make that two, rather. And here's center console box. Okay, pretty decent amount of space. There's even an extra provision here in the back. I don't know what for. Oh, it almost fits this, which is cool. But hey, you can just put it here or here. I'm a proud owner of a Xiaomi too. I mean, just a Bluetooth speaker and formerly a cell phone. As for the rear of the Xiaomi SU7, Wow. Look at the space. I mean, yeah, this one I can stretch my head all the way forward. But hey, feet and knee room is really, really good. Headroom, despite the panoramic moonroof, this is my headroom. Remember, I am only a 5'4". And here the door card, like the ones in front, these are frameless windows and with a nice texture and all that. And two, with ambient lighting, because most cars nowadays, the ambient light only stays at the front. But at least there's one strip here for the rear occupants. And more stuff here behind both front seats. You have an extra space here for like seat back table. So I'm not sure if you can option or buy rather at Xiaomi themselves, or you can just modify and just create ones yourself. And here in the middle, you get two air conditioning vents, two Type-C USB ports, and an extra space here like for phones and documents whatsoever. So Type-C car. Central armrest, you have two cup holders with very lovely grips on them. And I don't see any way. Oh no, you can. So there's no latches at the boot to fold down the seats. But hey, they're here at the rear. Oh, I was worried with that since I'm a sedan person myself. Yeah, at least you can fold down the seats in case you want to carry longer items and longer golf clubs in case. And now, if I sit here in the middle, literally put your feet wherever you want. And sitting in the middle is a little bit stiffer for both my back and the cushion itself, but still not bad. And look how wide this SU7 is. So I can fit at least 4 or maximum 5 of me at the rear. But if you're using the regular seats like left and right side only, this is so comfortable to be in. And of course, you got the whole world with this panoramic moonroof. Right, let's get behind the wheel. Right, first drive with this Xiaomi SU7 base model. Let's not forget. Yeah, feels surreal. I keep saying it, from making your go-to everyday electronic products now being behind the wheel of one. And we'll just leave it here in comfort mode because I don't know how the owner set it to M1 and M2 custom mode. So I'll just leave it at here at the moment. And first impressions, wow. The insulation is really good. You can hear a bit of tire noise. I just go a bit quicker. Yeah, feels really, really good. The ground clearance is not too high, not too low. It's just the right amount. And just going over here at a hump, yeah, it went through them with ease. With the steering wheel, feels really, really light. So let's try out sport mode just in a bit. So just get out of this junction. Right. Let's now put it to sport mode. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is done in 5.2 seconds. So let's feel it. Okay, back to comfort. Oh, wow! Remember, you have 295 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque on the top. This is just the base model. And with that acceleration time, it's nuts. And with this base model too, I'm not sure if this has the adaptive suspension as such. Oh, here, steering mode. I just found it now. That's much better. It's still light, but there's a little bit more heft now. Oh, region braking, standard. Oh, so this one's soft. We're in a village anyway. Okay, it stops on a dime, and then that's now standard. 25 kilometers per hour, and then lift off. Oh, that's much stronger. Okay, so the soft and standard, for once, it feels more like a level 2 and level 3 region type of braking, respectively. Can do one pedal driving if needed. And let's turn out the turning circle. Not bad for a very, very long sedan. So again, dimensions of this very similar like that of its competition, the Porsche Taycan, the Tesla Model S, which I've yet to drive. Yeah, I don't see any other suspension stuff here. There's a launch control tutorial. Okay, we'll try that at a very quiet road. And of course, I will not go crazy because we're just here driving in the village. Let's go back to comfort and then floor it. Yeah, it's very, very quick. That's given like with all electric vehicles. Sport mode is just on another level. And for once too, for an electric vehicle, yeah, the steering response is really sharp and very good handling too. Since I was just going over at a bend here at speed. Yeah, this is a very good driving electric vehicle. I'm very surprised. As for the ride though, well, let's go to a bumpier route actually. Yeah, you can no, actually not much body lean too. Not a surprise too. And remember this Xiaomi SU7, remember this is the base model. This weighs 1,970 kilograms. Yeah, it may be heavy, but I've driven literally the BYD Seal Advance that weighs almost as this but does not have this much power. I'm very impressed with the performance and handling of this. So let's try it now. Here. Oh yeah, that's really good. And the ride too, pretty stable, pretty subtle. Here's more bumps. Not even much, actually there's no suspension thuds whatsoever. And despite running on 19-inch wheels, not much tire noise going in here in the cabin. This is an amazing EV. I've driven a lot of EVs now on my channel. I would say this is a new benchmark for me in terms of refinement, driving dynamics as such only. I wish I can bring this out on a long term, but hopefully at another time. But literally a first impressions of an EV vehicle. This is literally amazing. And two, you get corner cameras, which is good. Very small only, but hey, at least it works. And again, turning circles not as wide as you think. Literally made that in one turn. And two, if you notice the sound, there's no pumped-in audio. It's a nice natural sound from the electric motors whizzing in the cabin, but it's not even that loud. And I assume not much wind noise too, because I literally cannot hear anything outside. I'm amazed with this Xiaomi SU7. If this base model is that good, what more of with the Ultra and performance models? Hopefully you can try that out very soon. Now let's just try sport mode and just have a few bursts. Oh geez. And the ride is very subtle. I'm really commending the ride of this. Even though without the optional air suspension and adaptive shock absorbers, if not mistaken, this is a really good ride. Even though you can feel slight stiffness with the suspension at times only, but overall it's a good balance between comfort and sporty driving actually. And I noticed that the chassis is really stiff. Like going here at downhill, at bends. I'm enjoying the Xiaomi SU7 too much. What a car! Probably, I don't know why I'm gonna say this. To the TikTok question, will it make it up to Baguio? Yes, it can, because I'm going uphill right now and it's literally going up this hill with ease. Literally just flick the throttle and this is uphill, mind you. Whoa! She's a wild one. And to the brakes of this, despite being an EV, yes, everything's brake by wire and throttle by wire, and the steering, of course. It feels sharp too. Doesn't feel too spongy. Actually, the brake feel of this feels like that of, I'd say, some sports cars out there. Not Porsche-like, but close enough. And now, hopefully this is a perfect time to demonstrate this. Remember, I'm following the tutorial now. Brake pedal fully. Okay, enough. Right, there's a cool animation, but I will not demonstrate it for obvious reasons, and we're in a village. So, as well being rear-wheel drive, there's a bit of tire squeal going on. So, that's it. But, wow! Again, that concludes my review of this 2025 Xiaomi SU7. Again, I'd like to thank the owner so much for giving me the opportunity to drive a very special vehicle. Again, thank you to 14,000 subscribers and more special vehicles coming to the channel. So hope you guys like and subscribe. And I will see you with more special vehicles coming to the channel. Bye-bye.